YouTube. How are you? I hope all is well. We are with AC today.
Hey guys.
His pad. And we're going to go check out the Cerberus. It's finally in its home. Took me a long time. We're here now. So you'll see more of his initial reaction later, but let's just get through this.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So I'm just going to interrupt here and there and just kind of explain the history and story of this amp. But for now, I'm just going to let it be, and we are going to just watch him enjoy his new amplifier.
That's for sure. Yes, sir.
I'm not even sure what channel it's on, actually.
No, that's all figured out, I guess. So. Oh, hell yeah, man.
Seth gain one. Yep.
This one, right?
Yep, that one.
All the way up, bro. All the way. Yeah, dude.
She got a lot of balls.
She's a beast, bro. She's a beast. It's gonna take a little time to get to, you know? Yeah, what's his name? John wanted, he goes, he asked me, he goes like, so you're gonna do a comparison to Mesa? You can't, bro. It's a different beast, bro.
Oh, it's a beast.
It's a different. Bro, I'm so tempted to crank her up that I can't. So look,
yes.
You said the depth, so pretty much that's what it is, self-explaining,
Yeah.
right?
So it's pretty subtle.
Yeah, it is, right?
But it does give it some more thump.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The presence, you
Now
gotta
the
be
presence
careful.
is pretty mild until you get to the last like quarter of a turn.
Fingers are tight. Fingers are tight. Yeah, dude. Wow, man. It's quiet too. This is quiet. Yeah.
It's not bad. It took a lot of work to get it that quiet. Oh
it's quiet, dude, man.
Oh
wow,
my God,
man.
so much work to make it that
so
quiet.
So the low is pretty much just a lower gain.
Yeah, so it's a little darker sounding and lower gain.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But darker for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, this is awesome. Very articulate. Get you copyrighted. language, bro. Yeah, dude, she's a beast, man. She's a beast. So it's low, what, 9 o'clock?
It doesn't get a lot cleaner.
No, it does not. So you can get into like, cut down the highs,
yeah.
maybe a little bit, and get into like, little, warmer.
I think now is what's that? The blood, True Blood.
True Blood.
That's what that sounds like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is the only guitar that I've tuned down to D. Everything else is, standard E. So.
Yeah.
Here, you wanna take it for a spin?
No.
Oh shit, no! Oh boy.
Not for me.
There comes
For
my
you.
kryptonite.
Oh, right. So let's talk a little bit. I'm just going to pause it right now, as you can tell. Let's just talk a little bit about this amp and how it became to be. So, Andy Lederman of YDNA Amplification fame built this amp on commission for a gentleman. And the guy kind of gave him a lot of pressure to just get it out the door, like real quick. My understanding of everything was like, go, 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 go. Right? So Andy got the amp done and sent it out the door. And immediately it was broken by the individual who received the amplifier. More or less what he did was he took this little guy right down there and rotated it a little too far. So that is the impedance selector switch. And somehow or another, the guy had twisted it to the point where it had broken the internals and was no longer making connection, which means that the output transformer was no longer doing what it's supposed to do. No noise was going to come out. So Andy prompted the guy to send it back to him. Well, the guy decided that that's not what he wanted to do and instead sent it to his own tech somewhere else. Well, that was where the demise of this amp was met. It never was the same ever again, nor will it ever be the same realistically ever again. Now, I have successfully been able to repair it and get it into a playable state, but apparently it wasn't without incident because no one else prior to me has been able to get it into a playable state. So I feel lucky and blessed that I was able to get it there, but it took a lot of work, let me tell you. So this is more or less the amp immediately after I was able to get it into a position where it could be played. I had already replaced the output and power transformer, and I have already made a modification to the bias circuit for this amplifier. You can see here that there are some burn marks on this wire here, getting into some wires there. I want you to pay attention to this section right here because this is a very important section, and we'll come back to that in a little bit later. But here in this picture, you can just kind of see another close-up. I'm pointing out these wires that you see right here. There's this one, and there's this one there. I am actually just pointing out the wires that are going to the switching system so I can know later what I need to work on. But you can kind of just see where this amp was at in its state. But these wires right here, these two little red wires, that was where 90% of the problem existed within this amp. So this is, again, just another overall shot of, it having been put into some state of operation. I'd already put in right here a thermistor to slow the onset of turning on, right? So you flip the switch and then this thing heats up and then it slowly allows the amp to come to life. That was not really for noise abatement, but just more for like a security and, comfort, right? Ease the amp into operation. You can kind of see here the mess of wires that go to the switching system, which turns out to be a key thing for this amp later, as we will talk about. But one thing that you may have noticed is I did clean up this wiring here. If you didn't notice it in the last shot, it was pretty freaking ugly. I cleaned it up a little bit, but I end up replacing this whole run. It was pretty mangled in there, but at this point, the amp was quiet-er, but it's still not playable. So there was a lot that went into this. Most of it came down to those two wires right there and just getting the switching system kind of rearranged. Now, just to give you some insight to how I work at repairing or fixing an amplifier, which may be a daunting task for some people who have never seen an amp like this before. It's one thing to fix an amp that you have like a schematic for and, topology overlays, right? You can see the layout and stuff like that. Like, there's documentation that you can get from the manufacturer about how this amp was put together. That's one way of doing it, but when you're me and you get something like this, I had to reverse engineer it. I did get a little help from Andy here and there, where he explained some of the circuitry to me, but I still had to more or less reverse engineer this amp and figure out what's going on more or less in real time. Now, one of the first things that I messed with was the voltage doubling circuit, which it does not require. Now, the voltage doubling circuit was because initially the transformers that Andy had in this amp were Partridge transformers. They were real Partridge transformers. So they didn't have enough voltage to deal with the negative bias that he needed for the output tubes, so he built a voltage doubler to get it to where he needed it. Well, I kept it just because he already had it. It was already in the amp when I got it, so I just converted it a little bit into a full wave voltage doubling circuit. It came with a half wave. I converted it into a full wave. So that's why there are two diodes here and three, count them, 1, 2, 3 capacitors to make up this voltage doubling circuit. Now, the reason I did that was because I didn't want to change anything that Andy had already done. My objective was to make this stay as much Andy's amp as it was when it left his place. I was just literally trying to bring it back to life. So that was the first step. It was a small step for mankind, but not the one that got us to the moon. I'm going to stop here. We're going to watch some more of this video of AC enjoying his new amplifier, and we will come back and finish up the story of how this amp got repaired a little bit later. But for now, I hope you enjoy this.
String.
Here, let me put this away. Oh my God. Sorry guys in advance.
There's a hole. Put hair around it. I'll find it. Holy crap.
I need bigger fingers, man. Holy shit.
The volume might be down on the guitar too.
Oh. It's like Doom. This thing, man. That's the beauty though, man.
See, nice guitar. So this is a Schecter Elite or whatever, Diamond Elite.
Oh, you got a pick?
Yeah,
you got it.
I never leave home without.
Oh, nice, got
is the attack.
Attack.
Just whack it.
It's like a bass guitar, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Sort of.
But it's you gotta get that palm kind of thing in there.
Palm muting. Yeah, dude, that is an impressive one. Holy crap.
Wow. And tuning wise,
yeah.
it's kind of like the standard, just basically like the E and the A string.
Okay.
All the way down.
So, oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
So you got the
yeah, I'm sorry.
it's just standard tuning once you get down to the. So you could play like a 6 string if you want.
Yeah.
It's weird because the spacing is a little different.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
longer scale.
So yeah, completely. Well, you know, I'm not a specialist, but it's actually very pickups.
Nice. You can do this.
I almost tempted out to bring that Seymour Duncan Blanc Winters, man, with this amp, but they're too hot. It's actually really nice pickups, man.
They're not bad. They're not as clear as I would like them to be, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are.
That's
a
a
little
nice
muddy,
guitar.
a little dark.
That's a really nice guitar, man. Too bad I saw it.
Better than my first time.
No. Here, hold on.
So, did you want to check out the other channels?
Yeah, let me grab something else, man.
So the top switch there is the switch.
All right, I'm going to hold it here for just a moment, and we're just going to kind of finish up the story about this guy, okay? So I kind of started talking about how I had started repairing things and kind of my process of it. I like to start from the output section and work my way towards the input section. So in my case, I knew that there was something that was causing a lot of buzz. Now, at one point or another, I checked the cathode to heater voltages of my of the cathode followers in this amp. There are two of them. There's this one here and this one here. This is the effects send and effects recovery portion of the circuit. Now, initially, when I had measured it prior to fixing these parts right here, I had 140 volts between the cathode and the heaters, which is way too much. All right, that was not going to work. Now, at that point in time, I did not realize that we needed to have these wires replaced with the resistors yet. I didn't know that yet, so I was just kind of working down the line to get to that realization. And so that prompted me to then create a heater elevation circuit. So I did create a heater elevation circuit that elevated the heaters by 70 volts, which put us back into spec for all the tubes between the heater to cathode voltage. It did improve the noise mildly. Now I'm going to say like 5%. It wasn't significant enough, right? It was enough to say that there was a change, but not enough to solve the problem. So again, this is not showing that state where I put in the heater elevation, but you can kind of see, again, this is the switching supply. This is the module that powers the switches, and then these are the relays here, the relay switches. Now this is important because this guy right here is powered off of the heaters, right? So if the heaters are elevated by 70 volts, that then therefore means that this system is also elevated by 70 volts. So this guy is above ground by 70 volts, and then all these guys are elevated by 70 volts. It did not change the noise character. It reduced in volume for the noise a little bit. I was able to get it to a semi-acceptable area or level, if you will, but I could never quite get all the buzz out. Whatever. I tried everything I could. I did this, I did that, I did the other. I ultimately ended up replacing both of these relays and this module for something else. Let's kind of walk our way towards that. So this guy right here was the fix. This is the Vactrol board that I designed for this amp. You can see I got my dropping resistors there. I did create like a little power supply buffering system for this. It is powered off of a 5-volt system that comes from a new power supply. So this wire right here, that one little wire ended up ultimately being the fix. This wire is all of maybe 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches long, but that was ultimately the fix. You can see I did redo the phase inverter wires. I made it so they are clean and tidy and pretty, and I also replaced those 2 dropping resistors. By that point, I had already figured this all out. Now, this is not the finished state. You can see some burn marks on this wire there from some other stuff I'd been doing. These are tests. This little jumper right there isn't, this is not in the completed state at this moment in time. But this is just showing that this was ultimately the fix. This is the close-up of what made this amp go from 0 to hero. I had to remove the old switching system and put it onto a separate thing, and this was how I did it. So this thing is an always-on kind of board, if you will. This is the ground reference, or this is the hot, if you will, actually, and that's the ground reference. But you can see I got a twisted wire coming in here. This ground reference goes over to here for it, for the switching supply, and then that switches these guys either on or off. So 1 or 2 of these are on at any given point in time, and 2 of them are off at any given point in time. And so they switch in pairs. But that one little wire is what made it go from buzzy to silent. Yay. So this is just a picture before it was actually finished and put together. I hadn't even put my sticker in yet. So there you have it. And this is just another shot, of the amp prior to being fixed completely in its finished state. And then this is more or less, I still haven't completed the amp yet at this point. These wires here, I can just tell you, are all tightened up and made a lot shorter. This red wire was replaced by a black wire that was really short and ran along here. And then there's this little wire you can kind of see that loops around. That one was just replaced by a little jumper that kind of went like that as well. But ultimately, you can kind of see everything that was done to make this amp work and be repaired. So let's kind of just cap over what was done to make everything, be playable once again. First thing I replaced was this section right here. This is the voltage doubler circuit. Don't need it anymore. Does not need to be there, but it is there. It is not a problem. What it does is it doubles the bias voltage that is available in this amp and bumps it up to like a minus 140 volts. And then I dumbed it back down to something, I think it ranges between minus 35 and minus 70 volts, somewhere in that range, via these potentiometers that I have here. And you can see I did kind of modify that circuit a little bit more. I also updated these capacitors as well. So this circuit is very robust. There is 0 noise coming from this circuit, and I can confirm that because if you did hear noise, you would hear it as 120 hertz. There is absolutely no noise that is 120 hertz in this amp. Secondarily to that, I started on my elevation circuit for the heater supply. You can see here that it is referenced to this node here. So these 2 capacitors here do connect together, making them a single node. Now there are 2 nodes that kind of tie in over there, but more or less one of them takes care of the screens and the other one takes care of what is supposed to be the Pi. Well, see these 2 wires right here? They are fed from that wire there, which also connects to this wire here, which is part of our heater elevation circuit and part of this circuit here for those 2 capacitors. That wire and those 2 wires that once were there basically nullified this guy here. This guy wasn't doing anything. All 5 of these tubes were now all referenced off of one node that came off of this circuit down here. You cannot run 5 tubes off of a single node. You must have a dropping resistor in order to get any form of decoupling between any node on the amp. So effectively, these 2 resistors right there were making it so it would be an impossibility for me to get any kind of noise abatement. Now, Andy did help me out, and he's like, hey, there used to be some resistors there. There should be some 22Ks or 10Ks and a 22K or whatever. I double-checked on a couple things and did find that one of them was a 10K and one of them a 22K. I did replace them, making this node actually do what it was supposed to do, which is get rid of noise, decouple noise, and provide a different voltage for portions of the preamp circuit. So instead of all 5 of these tubes now working off of one node, now they are separated between 3 nodes. Everybody's happy. That in and of itself reduced the noise a bit, but not entirely. It did get rid of it to a nearly acceptable level, but not in its entirety. So again, this is just the heater elevation circuit. I put that in because I needed to get the cathode to heater voltage proper for spec of the tubes, especially for these cathode followers here. That ultimately was not the fix, but I didn't take it out because it doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't change anything tonality-wise. Again, this is still a bastardized amp, if you will, for a YDNA amplifier, but this circuit is not needed. This circuit is not needed, but it wasn't hurting anything being in there, and it certainly doesn't change the tonality of the amp. It just makes it more complex. So I had to engineer and design that. I had to engineer and design this, and then I just kind of re-engineered that, right? So a lot of little things to kind of make it all just come together. So finally, by the time I got to the realization that the only place that noise can be coming in was in either the switching system or this guy right here. You'll notice that I got this little network right here. That little network right there was quite important, to be honest. There originally was a switch there, this guy over here. Okay, so as you recall from that other picture, we had 2 relays that were stacked one atop the other right there. Well, those were all switching, those 2 resistors in and out more or less. All I did was make it a shunt network. That's what this guy here does. Instead of having 6 wires go over, I now have it down to 3. I basically cut the number of wires needed in half. What it does over here is this is the shunt side. It basically takes one channel, shunts it to ground, or the other channel and shunts it to ground. There is only one wire in here that switches it from circuit A to circuit B. So this is circuit A, this is circuit B, okay? So one segment in this relay right here, which has 2 relays within it, switch the signal path. But the remainder of it, which you can't really tell from this picture, shunts this portion out of one half or out of the other half. Makes it so there's half the number of wires, but the same amount of switching, but much, much quieter, much, much cleaner. The remainder of the fix was putting this over here, and all this relay does is switch the ground from this one to that one, or that one to this one, vice versa, right? So this circuit here switches off of a ground. So if I lift the ground on one side and complete it on the other, it turns one half off or one half on, and vice versa. And it is referenced to ground via that wire. Now that wire, as I mentioned, was the one that ultimately fixed the amp. Why was that even possible? As I mentioned, I had a module over here that was tied into the heater supply. And when I elevated the heater supply, that meant that module was now elevated by 70 volts above ground, which made referencing anything else to ground for that circuit impossible. You can't do it. It's not practical. You shouldn't do it. Well, that obviously isn't going to work. The problem I had with that original switching circuit was that one of the relays, for whatever reason, was just temperamental. It would switch. It was quiet enough, but I could never get all the noise out. Well, since I couldn't reference it to ground, I had to remove the switching. And since it was not reliable for switching, I might as well switch it out anyway. That's where these guys came in. So I replaced both of those relays with these guys, which are powered always on. So these ones have a constant reference source to a voltage supply that is on this new board that you see here, which is powered via these 2 red and black wires here that go to this point here, which is the 120 volts that comes into the amp. All right, so you flip the switch over here, this circuit comes alive here, yada, 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 and then this guy turns on, which turns on this board here, which has 2, count it, 1, 2 output power sections. 1 goes to the relays here, so it powers this relay, my Vactral board, and this relay. And the other circuit comes from over here, runs across, and powers this guy right here, which ate up the last hole in the amp that I needed to fill to try to make it look like it was a complete amp. This is a 12-volt line here, so you can kind of see the connections I have there so you can do some repairs. But there's a 12-volt and a 5-volt circuit in this guy right here. The 5-volt is obviously for the relays, the 12-volt for the lamp. So much little things, so many little things. You can also see here that I referenced this node now, which once came from here over to here, back to the front. So these nodes right here are powered from these two droppers here, which powers these three, well, I should say these 4 tubes up here. So since those tubes are all referenced to here, I just basically moved this reference to the same point, right? So everything's kind of referenced where it needed to be. I then took all of those wires that were going over to those relays, removed them. Weak burp. Half show, half real show. Anyway, so I just referenced the ground for the negative feedback to this point right here, right? So now everything is noise-free, quiet, no buzz, no nothing. And everything switches reliably, right? So these guys here are always on type switches. So they always have an active voltage applied to them, which is great because that means that they are always going to snap shut or open, however you command them to via the switching jacks that I have here, or excuse me, this foot switch that I have here. My apologies, is the effects loop right there. So everything is now working the way it should, and everybody's happy. Yay! Oh my God, the amount of work. But ultimately, my goal was to not touch any of the circuitry within the amp to change the tonality or whatever it was that Andy was searching for when he initially built it. So I did end up replacing this guy here and that guy there. I had one of these that was bad. I replaced them both. I had a pot that wouldn't be quiet. It wouldn't go all the way to ground, so it wouldn't go all the way off. So I replaced it. Because I replaced one, I needed to replace both. So both the gain pots are now the same, and they both, make the amp absolutely silent when you turn it all the way down. Now later on, I also had a problem with the volume pot for the master output section. I believe it was this one here. When I would turn it all the way down, again, it would not turn all the way off, but it would act weird with this one. So even with the switching like this, it was causing some weird interaction that I couldn't quite figure out. Well, it turns out that this pot here, again, it was a Bourne's pot, whatever. Great pots, there's nothing wrong with them, but for whatever reason, it had lost its connection to the ground lug. So it was a 1 meg pot, but the outer lug lost its connection to ground. So that was not helping with the buzz at all. And again, it just didn't quite ever go silent. It was kind of like this one, whereas this one just wouldn't turn off all the way. It never went to 0 resistance to ground. This one had no resistance to ground. It was acting more like a rheostat, and it just didn't work right. So I replaced both those pots and both of these pots with some alphas. Everybody's happy. The remainder of the pots are all Bournes. So everything is working in this amp, and functionally it is doing what it's supposed to do, and tonally it did not deviate from what was originally in the circuit. So as far as I know, what Andy put in this amp is what is in it currently, and none of the other modifications that I did should change the amp in its feel or attitude or tonal character. At least that is my hope, or to the best of my knowledge, none of those things should have changed any of those aspects. So here it is. Thank Lord we got it all done. But I just want to say thank you to Andy, to AC, to everybody for everything. So I am done yip-yapping. I'm going to put it back over to here, and we're just going to continue on.
Okay. For channels, yep, that one, yep. And then, of course, you still have the master volume for that channel as well, which is the first one to the left there. Yep.
Yeah, there is a lot of bowls, man.
Yeah.
The thing is... A lot of bottom end.
So this is the gain for that
that channel.
That's
right?
the gain for that channel. Yep. So gain 1. Yep.
Gain 1. Yeah, dude, I'm so naked without a reverb, dude. Dude, that is dead quiet, dude.
Thank God.
No, dude, that is.
You don't understand how much work it took.
Dude, that is dead quiet.
It took a lot of freaking work.
Now you kind of have an idea of how much work went into it. That was how quiet the amp is. When he didn't touch the strings, it was quiet.
No, you got the. Wow. Oh, okay. So, oh, damn.
Well, let me. So go ahead and keep playing. I'm gonna try to get an effects put into the loop there.
Alright, so this is channel 3, this is
Well, so
that's channel 3.
there is a secondary channel for the clean. So if you keep it in the up mode, if you swap this one down, you get a little more gain.
Wow.
Yet.
Oh, okay. We can always plug into the front.
So let's
That's
see
fine.
if this should work.
Alright.
This is the effects.
Okay.
It should work. Is it not working?
Nope, not yet. Unless I went the volume down too much. Nope.
No. Engine
Oh.
is what it is.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
You know, dyslexia and all that.
No, it's okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Let's try. Okay. Let's get some verb going here.
Oh, nice.
Okay, now that I got that. So the effects works and that is clean as well. So
nice.
I bypassed all that crap. It's just the guy.
Oh, nice. So that's Dark Sun.
This dark stuff is.
Oh, thank you so much. Dude, I find myself lost without it. I don't know what it is, man. Man, this thing has a lot of bottom end basses.
Now the resonance, if you turn it down, it does help thin it up a little bit.
Which
It
one?
gets that one right there. Yep.
This one?
Yep.
Bring it
So
down.
that will help take some of the grit out.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, dude, this is no joke, bro.
And you got a full gain channel there with it in that mode.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, so if you want, turn down the master volume for that channel, channel 1.
Map down, okay.
Yep, and then go ahead and gain up the gain.
Okay.
And there you go.
Shit.
there's still one other switch that does something for only for the gain 1 side of things. See that the 3 switches, that one on the bottom there?
Yeah.
Yep, that one. That's the warm. Ooh. Probably too close to the guitar.
It's okay.
That's interesting. I haven't seen it do that yet.
It's me, man.
Oh, is that bright or warm that it's in currently?
It's in, can't even see. I think it's warm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah, dude, that is amazing, dude. Yeah, dude, that's... Alright. Oh, shit.
That's squeal.
Yeah,
I think
it's a guitar.
proximity, yeah. I turned it down.
No. Thank you, sir. That's cool, man. That is... Yeah, I would need time with this guy, dude.
Oh, you're gonna have fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, dude. That is crazy, look.
It is touchy with the.
Yeah, no worries, man. All right. I think you did an amazing job, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude, this is beast, man.
Back into its normal modes there.
You know what, man? I think this amp, to be honest with you, I think it probably just because I can see blues
Yeah.
if you just do the adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to get acquainted and warm up.
All right.
But yeah, dude, thank you so much. That's there.
Did you wanna play? In
No, it's good, man.
Well, I was gonna say against the Mark IIc.
Oh, you wanna? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That one up.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Spoiler alert, we're not actually going to play the Mark IIc in this video here because there's no point. It's me playing anyway. And to be honest, it does not compare.
Too much, man. But it does sound good though. It does sound good. So.
Oh, that's right. It's a combo.
It's a combo, yeah, man. I didn't have a cab when I was buying it,
Oh.
and I couldn't afford both, so I was like,
They stole his money.
We'll go combo mode.
We'll go
I'm telling you
combo
right now,
mode,
they
man.
stole his money.
Yeah, this one, it's different. It's complete. You can't. I don't think you can compare them. Like they just.
There is no
completely,
comparison.
yeah. I'll let you play, man.
Oh, all right.
Here, this is a. Look, are you sure you don't want anything there?
Oh, I'm
So
good.
I cut it out before the amp went into fault mode, so that Mark IIc did give us a fault, but there's no point in it. We'll talk about that one later.
Yeah, man.
We
but
can shoot
Let's
shit
just
with
watch.
the board.
We're just gonna converse for a little bit.
So thank you everybody for joining us. This isn't about the Black Star though.
Yeah, it's not. Sorry, it's in there.
Hold on, we gotta fix that.
So we had like a large section of going through my amps and the Black Star and
Yeah,
this,
it's
that,
not
and the
about
other.
Black Star.
This is about this guy.
But
right.
we're gonna just
It's
kind
about
of
that guy.
wrap everything up right
And
here.
then actually, this guy right here, what an amazing amplifier, man. Beautiful.
He was
sounding
quite
amp.
smitten with that one. That was his. You know, like how you do a wine tasting and you go back and you do
Yeah, that is pretty
you know,
heavy.
parking validation. That was the one he wanted to come back
Yeah.
to.
Now, there we go, man.
There it is. This is what it's about today.
Yeah.
That's the right spot.
Look, question for you.
Yes, sir.
Well, you're probably gonna guess what I did, but put the Black Star on top of the cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
Speakers plugged in down there.
Yeah.
Turn on, no sound. I was like, what the hell? And when I saw the cable not plugged in, my heart went. I was like, Dad, no.
So
It didn't do anything, I don't think.
it shouldn't hurt
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Especially at lower volumes. Like when you I don't put any protections in my amp.
No protection. Okay.
And I've forgotten to do it myself, even as a pro, you know. But,
Yeah.
As long as the amp's not like all the way up and you're pushing signal into it,
Oh, really? Okay.
you know, where it's trying to do something, that might pose a problem.
Okay.
When you're like, you know, it's been on for 5 minutes, and then you
just like
you finally give it the Kerrang, and you got the master volume all the way up, and you're like, man, why the hell is this thing not making noise?
Yeah.
And then it hits you in the head like, oh yeah, oh shit, there's this thing called a speaker cable. Oops, it's plugged into the effects loop. Oops.
So what does that do? Transformer?
Ultimately, what will happen is, the transformer will short, and it will fuck some shit up.
Oh, no shit.
It can do some major damage. So what happens is it's infinite.
Yeah.
All right. So at least on amps that don't have any kind of protection, it's like infinite resistance, if you will, which means none.
Yeah.
So there's no place for all the angry pixies to go. Well, you've got 400 and something volts trying to go somewhere. And it's going into the primary side of your output transformer. And what it's actually doing is building up a charge inside of there. And eventually it's going to get to a point of saturation where the secondary side of it and something's going to try to talk to the other side. Yeah. And it's going to do it with a big old zap. And once it goes zap, that means the laminations are gone.
That's it.
And once the wires can start going touchy,
you go.
Everything else starts going buzzy. And it's not buzzy in a good way. It's buzzy in a thermal meltdown kind of way. So ultimately what will probably end up happening is it'll short out the primaries, which will then take out the tubes. And if you're lucky, it'll stop there and not take out the screens with it, because when the screens start shorting out with other things, it just starts this hill downwards. And it's like a freaking freight truck at the top that's falling down, and it's gonna start dragging everything else with it.
Oh shit.
And by the time it piles up on the bottom, it's literally a freaking, you know what I mean, like a train wreck.
Yeah, no shit. Oh wow.
Dumpster fire.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Because ultimately what it'll try to do is start working its way towards the power section. And it'll take out your power transformer, and Lord knows whatever else it'll take with it.
Not good at all.
So is it worth it to put the protections in there? Sometimes it is, but really it's just kind of like an anti-fuck up thing. Don't mess up.
Got it.
If you are supposed to be hearing noise and you don't hear noise, turn it off. Figure out why it's not making noise. Like in the first case where I plugged in things backwards.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's really hard to mess them up though, because most of the time you're not playing at that high level.
That high. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You have to fuck up pretty bad.
Yeah, I was close. Shit, man. I was like, no. That's all right, man.
I've done it. Like I said, I've done it with these amps too. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.
I just want to say thank you to Andy and AC, everybody, so much. Thank you. Just thank you. It's always just such a joy to do these kind of things. Giving away these amps is honestly a joy for me. So it just kind of worked out that we decided, instead of doing a raffle, we decided to just give it to AC. Best decision ever. I'm so happy that AC is happy. So he will have more videos. I will post a link in my description for you to reach his channel so you can see more on this amp. There is obviously another giveaway in the build or in the works right now, so do check that out as well. Andy's always got something going on, so do check out his channel as well, which I will also link in my description for you. Just so much went into making this happen, and all I can do is say thank you to everybody. So with that, let's just leave it at that.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yes, sir. Hey guys, how you doing?
There it is.
Oh yeah.
You want to take it out?
Oh yeah, sure, man. Let me put this away. Awesome, man.
It's a little heavy.
It's all right. I don't want to mess up your car, man. Oh, there
Oh,
we
that's
go.
all.
There we go, man. All right. What else do you want me to?
Well,
There she is, man.
there she is. There's a cable in the front there. That's
Oh, nice. Oh,
that
that's
goes
the
with
one
it.
that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember you were talking about that. That's awesome, man.
There we go.
Holy crap, dude.
Holy crap.
Wow. Hey.